Welcome to the official guide for the Celeste Blitzkrieg mod. If you don't know what Blitzkrieg is, don't worry, I'm gonna give a quick summary. But if you want a better explanation of how to best use the mod, I'm gonna link the official explanation for the original Geometry Dash mod that this mod is based on in the description. Since this isn't common practice in Celeste, we need to establish the concept of using start positions to learn a level. Picture this scenario. You have a hard map that you want to golden, and you probably won't get far by just playing through the map and doing low deaths. So you divide the map into smaller sections and start practicing each section on its own. You can now take this further by doing so-called runs, which means you start from one section and try to get to another section, or even beat the map from that point without dying. Blitzkrieg is a practice method that makes you beat every single run on the level. Collecting the golden is no longer the main objective but a mere side quest, solving mind block issues by taking off pressure and demolishing any nerve problems you might have had previously. Very likely you will get the golden before Blitzkrieg tells you to get it, and that is by design. Blitzkrieg is designed to build insane amounts of consistency, and if you choose to complete all the runs, chances are you're gonna get the golden multiple times. Now that you know what to expect, let's get into the mod showcase. So, once you have the mod installed, you can go into a map. And in the map, if you go into mod options, you should find the Blitzkrieg section here. I'm first gonna go over the keybinds. You can see your keybinds here. I'm gonna explain what everything does here in a moment, but just know that these are the keys that are important for this mod. You can of course change them to whatever you like. On controller, I don't have any default keybinds set because I, for the life of me, could not figure out how to fit all of those keys onto a controller and keep it playable. So as a substitute, I've made this section here, the extra buttons. Here you can do everything you can do with keybinds, but in the settings. It's a bit slower, but it should be good and makes the mod usable on controller. Now the first thing you want to do in a new map that you want to golden is press this start recording button right here. What this does is, you can already see the text overlay there. This starts recording all of the respawn points that you want to save. If you go into debug map right here, you can see these red dots all over the map. These are the points that you can save. And basically all you have to do is, see, this room is already saved because I started recording here, but you can delete it with the 2 key, and if you want to add a room, just press the 1 key. That's all you have to do. And then you can either manually go to the next room that you want to add, like this, press the 1 key again, or you can go into the debug map and go to the next room that you want to add. It's probably easier that way, and you can press 1 and just add rooms like that. Once you have added every room that you want to add, I would recommend to do about 12 per room. That's the sweet spot for the mod. Try to keep it between 10 and 14, any less makes it difficult to learn, and any more just wastes your time. Then once you're done recording all of the rooms, you can go into the mod settings again and press end recording. This now saves all of the rooms that you added and gives you this new text overlay over here. This has now already started the Blitzkrieg algorithm and will start recommending you runs. You can of course do other runs as well, and they will count, but it won't show right here. What I want you to do now is take your numpad keys 4, 5 and 6 and just press 4 or 6, and you can switch between the different positions that you saved. With the 5 key, you can switch to the currently recommended run. Like you see, it recommends me to start in room 02 and end the level from there. So press the 5 key, and then you can start doing the run that it recommends. I'm gonna do that real quick to show you what happens. we go. And now you will see the overlay change. It recommends a new run from 01 to 02. Press the 5 key and it will teleport you to this run. You just keep doing that. Not directly. Okay. So, as you see, it also teleports me automatically to the last checkpoint that I was at, which is pretty convenient. One thing to note is when the mod wants you to go from the start, like right now, you can restart the chapter and pick up the golden and go with the golden. I recommend you to do that. I also disabled any star position switching, like I'm pressing the numpad keys right now, nothing happens, to stop you from losing golden runs to accidentally pressing that. And yeah, you can just try beating the level with the golden then, and it will count the run if you complete it. As you can see, once you complete all of the runs of the first stage, it will automatically switch to the next stage and give you new runs, new longer runs to complete now. For example, now it wants me to go from here to the end. And you just keep doing that until you either complete the Blitzkrieg or get the golden, whatever your goal is. Now to the settings. One thing to note that I didn't mention yet, when you start recording on a map that you already have a profile for, then it will delete the old profile and record a new one. But if you record on a different map, it will keep all the other maps, so don't worry about that. You can have multiple profiles, one for each level. And you can of course delete the profile for the current level. And in the text overlay settings, you can disable or enable the text overlay and change its size. I like to keep it at 5. Don't worry if the text overlay doesn't show up for a map. It only shows up when you actually have a profile on the map. With these settings right here, this top one will disable basically the entire mod. So if you currently don't want to use it, disable this one, it will disable everything. You can't switch star positions anymore. You can't do anything. This setting right here will disable the Blitzkrieg algorithm. So if you disable this, you won't be able to see the overlay, it won't record any runs that you do, and when you die it won't send you back to the last star position. The only thing that keeps being enabled is the star position switcher, so you can still switch between positions. So that is basically it. Have fun goldening maps and good luck!